Hi kids, it's Mrs. Essary. I miss all of you. I hope all of you are staying safe, healthy, and doing really well right now. I wanted to send out a quick video about practicing our reading fluency, scooping our phrases to help with our prosody so we don't sound like a robot, and then talk about some of those tricky words that we usually highlight when we're together. So first thing I wanted to show you guys is we've got a fluency that I'm going to try to send to your parents and to you via email and Google Classroom. And this one is called the garden. I thought it'd be a really, really good one to pick because the weather outside is starting to get nicer and a lot of people are doing a lot of yard work. So remember when we talked about scooping before when we were in class, we talked about scooping the who or the what and then what they're doing. So let me read this to you and show you how I scooped it. So I said the garden, that's what, is in bloom. That's another scoop. The flowers are on show. Displaying their beautiful colors, that's a good phrase, for all of us to admire. New sentence, new scoop. There are rose bushes. What are they doing? Crawling up the fence with red and pink buds, just starting to unfurl. So unfurl means that the buds are just starting to open up. Bright yellow sunflowers tower the other. So if you guys can picture that in your head, picture sunflowers, huge sunflowers, and they're towering way over the others, reaching toward the long rays of sunshine, hungry for their warmth. Then we're down to another one. The marigolds, what are they doing? Grow in a straight line. Their perfect structure, an example to the others. New sentence, the pansies, with their bold centers, surround the fragile lilies, whose petals flutter to the ground. And flutter means to fall lightly, whenever the wind rustles past. Herbs and other edibles. Now everyone's like, what are edibles? Edibles are things that you can eat. Cluster together. So it's like an herb garden. Growing and thriving on each other's strength. Their scent, so I'm breathing in, spicy and strong. The garden is an unsettled place, always growing, striving, and thriving. Now I'm going to take pictures of this, but guys, I wrote down some of the tricky words for you. So I highlighted them. So I would say torward, what word? And you would say torward. Divide between the O and the W. Then we would go down here and I would say marigolds. What word? Marigolds. And you would say mare, that's a vowel, bossy R. Ig, closed syllable, olds. And I drew a thing that says air. So you know that the AR says air. Then I would say structure. What word? Structure. Struck is a closed syllable. So where would we divide between the two consonants, the C and the T? And remember, we've talked about it a little bit, but T-U-R-E, sure, that's a suffix that goes at the end of a word. Those need to stay together. So I'm going to go up here and I'm going to say admire. What word? Admire. Good. Where do we divide? You guys would raise your hand. You'd say between the D and the M because ad is closed. Now this is also as a silent E. So E makes the I say its name. So it'd be I, mire, admire. Next one, displaying. What word? Displaying. Good job. Dis is closed. A, play. And then ing is a suffix by itself. Next one, unfurl. Say that. Unfurl. Good job. Where would we divide between the N and the F? Un is close because that consonant is closing the door. Plus un is a prefix. We're going to go down here. We're going to say sunflowers. What were guys? Sunflowers. Where do you divide? Between the N and the F because sun is closed. Ow, flowers. And we're going to say edibles. Edibles. And then unsettled. Now I want to show you guys, I'm going to take pictures of this because we also want to talk about our comprehension. Remember, it's great if you have some of the speed because that frees up more room, right, for you guys to be able to picture it in your head and understand what we're reading. But if you can't understand it, what's the point of reading? So here's what I did. I wrote some sentence structures for you to help out that could help you figure out how to answer it. So like question 1, what are 2 flowers that one would find in the garden? So how should you start that out? 2 flowers that one would find in the garden are blank and blank. So I might say marigolds and pansies. Or I might say lilies and sunflowers. You get to choose. Next question. What are people meant to do when they visit the garden? So what should people do when they see a garden? So I said when people visit the garden, they are meant to blank. You might want to say see the wonders of spring. Your choice. Describe one thing that grows in the garden. So you have to pick one thing and then tell me about it. What does it look like? So when it says what does it look like, that means its appearance. So I would read this to you. One plant that grows in the garden is blank. You choose any plant you want. It looks like blank. Okay? Now guys, I'm going to practice showing you a timing. I'm going to read the garden and then I'm going to show you so that you and mom and dad or whomever you live with, grandma and grandpa, anyone can see how we color this in. Remember when we do the fluency, we never need to do it more than 4 times because your fluency tops out at about 4. Usually you get to 3 and 4. And then after that, you're not going to get much higher, okay? So then you should go on to a different fluency activity. So I'm going to time myself. I just put an app on my cell phone. And then you guys can see how we do this, okay? So here we go. I've got my timer. And I'm just going to hit start. And then I'm going to read. And I'm not going to read like a robot. I'm going to follow along with the phrases. The garden is in bloom. The flowers are on show, displaying their beautiful colors for all of us to admire. There are rose bushes crawling up the fence with red and pink buds just starting to unfurl. Bright yellow sunflowers tower the others, reaching toward the long rays of sunshine, hungry for their warmth. The marigolds grow in a straight line. Their perfect structure an example to the others. The pansies, with their bold centers, surround the fragile lilies whose petals flutter to the ground whenever the wind rustles past. Herbs and other edibles cluster together, growing and thriving on each other's strength. Their scent spicy and strong. Now guys, if it's been a minute, I would stop. That was 108 words, and our goal for the end of the year was 106. So what I would do is I would write on my sheet 108, okay? You guys can see that. And then I would take a marker or a highlighter. We always use smelly markers, which was fun. And I would write 108. And then I would go down and just color it in. Now, if you want to set your goal even higher, if you guys can see that, please feel free. On this fluency, I stopped at 119. At 119 words, okay? So I'm going to take some pictures of this, and then I'm going to try to send it out to your family so that you guys have this to work on. If you're having any issues with some of the regular reading, like if you need help with main idea or anything that you're doing in the classroom, please just feel free to email me. It's EssaryM@mokina159.org. So guys, remember that's ESSARYM@mokina159.org. Thanks. Bye.